What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and in this video I want to discuss if Pirates of the Caribbean's reboot will begin production in 2020. Now, this is kind of a follow-up of the video we did a few weeks ago where we talked about Pirates of the Caribbean being back basically yet again, right? They got the new director, new writer, or kind of, reconfirmed who the writer is. Jerry Bruckheimer still probably in the producer role. And they kind of got the whole, the trifecta, the three people they need to make a movie, the three main roles. They got that solved. And so now I think it's time to start discussing, well, what comes next? And I didn't think 2020 was going to be a year of Pirates of the Caribbean. I kind of wanted to make that like the title of this video. I didn't think 2020 was going to be a year of Pirates of the Caribbean until this kind of stuff started to be talked about. Now, I had assumed, I think a lot of people assumed, I think that's what Disney Insider, for as much as I went after that account, I think D23 was supposed to be something. I think that with the fallout of the Deadpool writers and directors in general, I think that they were kind of just scrambling and really, but at the same time, also being kind of wary and saying, okay, well, we got to pick our people, right? Obviously, they got the Chernobyl director here, and they got Ted Elliott back as the writer. So they're picking who they ideally would obviously want to be back in these roles, or who they would want to be in these roles. I think D23 was the time they wanted to do something with Pirates of the Caribbean, but they couldn't do it. So when we look to this fall period, we obviously have gotten basically reconfirmation that all this stuff is happening. That's what the last video was talking about, but it is pretty darn important. And we can argue, all day and all night about if a reboot is a better thing or something they should do instead of a Pirate 6, or if they did a reboot, like, could Johnny Depp still be part of that as Jax? Like, with Jerry Bruckheimer there, I guess there's always a slight chance that they could bring him back. We know how much of basically a tandem those two are together, and how much Jerry Bruckheimer has said that he wants Johnny Depp still in it. Which that's a video for a different day, and I probably will make that video once it's kind of confirmed that Jerry Bruckheimer is producer. It's not confirmed. He is not officially, technically, I don't think they've made anything official. It's just all come through reports, but nobody's officially signed on. Once they are, that'll definitely be good. But basically, 2020, I think, is that kind of time, right? 2020 is the year where I think we would see, okay, director officially signed on, like, here's who it is, and it's not, Variety telling us that. It's not the Washington, but whatever these websites even are, it's not them telling us. It's Disney having an official thing saying, hey, producer Jerry Bruckheimer, he's back. Writer Ted Elliott helped with 1 through 4, half of the tandem base, and do stuff like that. I think that is the time that we get, here's the official producer, here's the official director, here's the official writer or writers or whatever, and this is what's going on. At the same time, also, you have to think about writing the script. Now, writing the script, it could take as short as a couple months, and it could take as long as like a year. It really does vary. There's plenty of examples in the film industry of, rushing a script. And I don't think they would obviously do that. Even like Suicide Squad is one I can remember, that they had to make that script very, very short time. They did not have a lot of time to make that script. And that sometimes happens, especially if you're working on a smaller budget, or if the company needs the movie out at a certain time. Or just if you're kind of like strapped for time in general, you're not going to have all that much time to write a script. With Pirates, it really, I feel like, especially with Disney, we've heard this really dating back with Pirates 4 and 5, that like they went through multiple scripts for both, okay, and they picked basically the one that they liked the most. So it's not like the first script is the one that's going to go through. It's not like they have a rush, or like this needs to be done in 3 months, and if you want to make 5 scripts in that time and pick the best one, then fine, but you only have 3 months. It's not like that. So I really don't think they're going to rush with it. But the cool thing is, I do think it would, these announcements, they're done after, or even these rumors, they're done after it's actually happened. So the fact that we got the rumor about the director and writer and producer, that could just, I personally think that means that it's been in the works for a while, and these guys are already at work of the movie. I truly do believe that they've already had discussions. Maybe they've already started writing the script, so on and so on. But I think that means that they're already, in on it and doing it. It's not like literally when that article broke, they were phoning each other up and saying, hey, did you hear we're hired? Like, it's not like that happened. So that's good, because that means a lot of work could already start to be done in 2019. And 2020, again, I think will be the year that we hear, hey, these are the official people. And not just that, but they could say, hey, the script's done and we're starting to, like, here's what we're thinking of. Here's what maybe we start to hear some rumors of, well, this is the time period it's set in, or these are like some characters that we think we kind of want, or, you know, maybe we want this kind of lead role, we want this kind of like side, like stuff like that. We'll start hearing that. And to be honest with you, it's very possible as well that 2020 is the time that they start to actually cast people. So we could start to see castings. We can start to see rumors of, hey, you know, if it's a redhead, if it's a female-led movie or whatever, maybe we start hearing the Karen Gillan thing come out like a lot. Like, hey, this is who we're thinking we want for it, and so on and so on. I think those are all very possible things in 2020. Are they going to announce everything, get the script, get the synopsis, you know, get the people casted, and start filming this like at the end of 2020? That's asking for a lot. I think if you're asking them to film in 2020, that's quite a bit. That's why I didn't really want to say like filming would start in 2020. I think production, like generally moving this Pirates of the Caribbean franchise forward, will start in 2020. Now, here's the deal. Here's honestly the really good news. It's not like on a speed train. It's not like fast track to the front of all the Disney properties and they're like, okay, this one needs to take precedent over everything, right? It's not like that. But what I'm excited about and what I'm happy about the more I talk about it is, like I said in the beginning, 2020 wasn't a year that I thought was going to be much of anything. I thought it sucks because this past D23 is over and now obviously the next one is 2 years away, but I could truly see D23 of 2021 being massive for Pirates. And I thought that in the first place, but I thought that it would be a lot of like smaller, like quieter things maybe happening in 2020, and then 2021 they announced, hey, and they basically announced what I'm saying will happen in 2020. Here's the producer, here's the director, here's the cast we're thinking of, or that we actually got, and we just started filming, or we're about to film, or we're filming like next, stuff like that. And that's basically what they did with Pirates 5, by the way. So when it comes to this one, though, I feel like maybe they've even fast-tracked it a little bit better, where 2020 can be that time where, okay, they got the kind of overheads, they got who they need, they got, you know, the idea of what it's going to be, the script's done, they're starting their casting, they figured it out, and it could even be the case where in D23 of 2021, we already know this movie exists, we already know this movie is filming, and then they maybe formally announce, like, hey, here's the title, here's maybe like, maybe they could even do, it's possible, and they have done it at D23s in the past, where they show some footage of it, whether it's like a TV show, whether it's, you know, whatever. Maybe they could do that, where it's like, hey, here's a quick, like, 20-second snippet of what we're working on. That could very, very well be the case, and if that is, you know, that is looking good. You know, Pirates of the Caribbean truly, movie-wise, could make a return somewhere in, like, 2022. I don't think that's all that far out to think about, and, you know, I guess here's the deal. When it comes to Pirates 5, to Pirates Reboot, whatever it's called, that's still 5 full years. That's still, to be completely honest, way too long, especially if you were to use Johnny Depp, which is why I just cannot believe that that would happen. I really think that time has passed, but we'll have to see. I mean, I'm not going to say I'm not going to say I think it's a 0% possibility. I think it could happen, but again, like the next time we see Pirates is most likely, at the least, I'd say 5 to 6 years after Pirates 5, so 2022 or 2023. You know, I think just in general, Pirates of the Caribbean, that hurts it just right off the bat. Because if you look at it, like, we are almost into 2020 at this point. We're almost 3 full years past the point of Pirates 5. That's insane. That's insane that we've been on YouTube that long. That's insane that we've been talking about it that long. And I really hope all this stuff kind of comes back to help us when this movie starts to take fold, because we will, of course, be talking about it. But like I said, I think this is exciting news. It's just speculation. It's just, I'm not confirming anything. I don't have any leaks. I'm not Disney Insider. And to be honest with you, I don't really want to be, because, you know, again, they sometimes are right, sometimes are wrong. They get a lot of hate when they're wrong, whatever. I think that it's very, very likely that 2020 is not just kind of like a quiet year where things are getting done, you know, where we can't see them or hear about them, but also maybe towards the end of it, we do start to hear like, hey, everything's lined up, everything's done, they're going to start to film here, this is the cast, or or this is like the rumored people that they're looking for. I think we're going to get that in 2020, and that's fantastic news, because then that means 2021 is more like filming and like, full like film production, actually getting, them captured like in a camera, right? And then we get editing, and then the movie actually comes out. So I think we're on the right track. It's way longer than we would have liked. I think we probably would have liked it to be like a 3 to 4 year difference, and I think, that would have made 2020 or 2021 prime opportunity to do it. I think that would have been the best case scenario, but I think what we're looking at now is 2022, 2023. Either way, it's coming, and it's kind of coming, not really fast, it really isn't, but it's getting there, and we've all survived this far, so why don't we just keep surviving, right? Even if it's a reboot, even if it's a female lad, there'll be plenty of stuff to laugh and discuss about when all that kind of stuff comes out, if that's the case, if that's where they want to go, but we will have to see. So guys, let me know in the comments below, what do you think? What do you think 2020 has in store for Pirates of the Caribbean? Do you think we're getting closer to all the things I mentioned? When do you think the film would come out? All that good stuff. Let me know in the comments below. Make sure you guys subscribe to our YouTube channel, Podcast Now. Hit the bell icon so you guys know when these videos go up. And thank you, as always, for watching. We still cover Pirates quite often on this channel, every 2 to 3 weeks. So we'll hopefully see you guys. I'm sure we'll have another video before Christmas. And we'll kind of wrap up 2019 of Pirates and start 2020. So thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you on the next video.